The setting, Boston, Massachusetts, as we take a look at the lovely skyline of downtown. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So for the Celtics, their last game, a loss to Atlanta at Phillips Arena. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan. And they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Bulls 5 right now. Simmons in at point guard. Mirotic is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Newman, and it's Butler in at the 2.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Chicago with the ball. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Chicago on defense. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Deadly from behind the three-point line in that game, and it really gave them the ability, I felt, to stretch that defense out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it opened things up for them in a big way. The defense was never able to string together any stops or get comfortable.
Now here's Freak, guarded closely. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Simmons. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And it's Bradley off the drive. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Bradley's got his second bucket of the night.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. Outside Thomas. Pass to Bradley. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. And the Bulls going the other way now. And here's Freak. Feeds to Mirotic. Passes it to Simmons. Back to Mirotic. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
It's Bradley on the wing. He's guarded by Dudley. Here's Zeller. It's tipped, but he stays with it. The Bulls leading by 3. And Simmons kicks to Mirotic. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. That's good. Bradley's got 7 points in the game. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Jared Sullinger. Bulls shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Crowder comes in for Sullinger. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Avery Bradley. The Bulls also changing it up. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Newman. And it's Rose in for Jared Dudley. Dishes it to Simmons. Pulls up on the elbow. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Oh! And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way. And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
And stolen by Freak. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for Boston. Ben McLemore comes in for Thomas. Boston with the ball, trailing by 5. The big men are Sullinger and Olynyk. Smart is out there with Thomas. And it's Crowder in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Now here's Smart. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Shot clock at 5. Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. Freak, number 1.
Well, he's the guy you want on the free throw line when it matters. I mean, he's a leader and as consistent as they get.
Well, automatic is the word that comes to mind when you're talking about his free throw shooting. There are a lot of terrific foul shooting point guards, and he's right at the top of the list.
Zeller, he's checked in for Boston. And Chicago also making a switch. Dudley's checked in. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic was simply terrific. He dropped a cool 33 points, and there didn't seem to be much you could do to stop him. Shooting efficiently from both the field and the foul line. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you got to ride him for as long as he'll carry.
Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. 6 on the shot clock. And Thomas, here we go. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Thomas got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
Here's Bradley following the basket by Freak. Got a piece of it. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here, and it's Butler with the jam.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow. That's his 2nd personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
To the paint, here's Thomas, sent back. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Now, here's Bradley. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta. Rejected by Simmons.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Misses off the left iron. Celtics trail by 11. In the corner, Bradley with it. No good from outside. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And it's Butler missing.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly.
Now, here's Thomas. Boy, he just disappeared against Atlanta. They really needed him. Bradley can't get it to go.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Sullinger. Boston's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Thomas passes to Zeller. And stolen by Freak.
Get back, get back.
Here's Newman. It's deflected. Now the feed to Bradley. Finished off the break. Bradley's got 9.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Now a look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games. Number 1, the Bulls.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
Now here's Thomas. He has 5. And the dunk by Zeller.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Bradley with the ball, covered by Simmons. Thomas goes in. Bradley, no one around him. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 6 assists here tonight.
Chicago timeout call.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get down. Your Celtics dancers.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Bulls leading by. And so that brings.
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
It's been a good night for Freak. He's got 16 points and 4 steals. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Simmons, he's in at point guard. Newman is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Jared Dudley, and it's Butler in at the 2.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Bradley with the ball. Out-defended by Freak. Sullinger, no good.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
There's the lob to the hoop. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Now here's Freak. He's got 18. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. We've seen some obvious improvement in his free throw shooting since last year. There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
And guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
finally they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
The high post shot. Here's Mirotic, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
For Chicago, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6. And so Mirotic nails both of them. Here's Bradley. 12 points for him. He feeds it to Thomas. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. From 11 feet away, here's Moody. 5 on the clock. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got assist number 8 here in this one already. And stolen by Thomas. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Picked by Zeller. Thomas goes in. And it's Freak with the rebound. Simmons got 4 rebounds in this game.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Now, here's Thomas. He has 5. Moody. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top.
The big man averaging the most assists per contest over the previous 10 games. Jared Sullinger 4th.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Man, it's so much fun to watch a big guy handling and orchestrating things from the lane. I mean, it causes so many problems when you've got a guy who can score down there, who also has vision and an excellent basketball IQ.
Here's Simmons following the score by Avery Bradley. And that one's good. Simmons got 8 points in the quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Celtics trail by 10. Bradley kicks to Thomas. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Newman.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Dudley dishes to Simmons, and that one's good. And it's a 12-point Bulls lead.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Knocked loose. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. And slam dunk by Butler.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Nikola Mirotic. In transition, here come the Bulls. There's the lob to the hoop. Bradley with some nice D. Celtics trail by 16. Thomas goes in. Sullinger outside. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Bulls have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. 1:16 left to play in the third. Here's Newman. And Boston with the rebound. They need this. And Butler sends it back. Mirotic the pass to Simmons. Bradley against Butler. Tries to keep it alive. Thomas with the ball. He has 5. And the foul called on Freak. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And a holding. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Isaiah Thomas out there with Ben McLemore. And it's Moody in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. And he lobs it up. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Simmons, and he goes in for the dunk.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Oh! That athletic.
Yeah.
Oh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. He dishes it to Dudley. Kicks to Simmons. Pass to Mirotic. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or
They're starting to feel it from deep.
It's
tightened up our pressure on the perimeter.
Celtics making a switch here. Bradley's checked in.
We have to rotate on the weak side to get there.
Celtics have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Doubled by Simmons. Now the dish to Thomas. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Chicago.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's Simmons. The Bulls keep it alive. And Dudley kicks to Mirotic. Here's Simmons, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
The pass to Newman. A beautiful reverse layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Moody, defended by Butler. Here's Moody, back to Thomas. Wide open shot is on the money.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Knocked loose and stolen by Zeller. Thomas against Dudley. Sullinger the screen. And the foul called on Freak. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
And Thomas has it in the corner. And stolen by Butler.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Well, it's simply been an awful quarter. I mean, terrible ball security. They've actually handled that thing like it's got leprosy. Take care of it.
Ouch. Leprosy.
Here's Sullinger. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Takes the 3, and he sinks it from deep. 3-pointer good from Simmons. Simmons got 35 in the game. Thomas kicks to Sullinger. And the foul called on Freak. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Newman. Portis comes in for Mirotic. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but
Congratulations on the win here tonight, Joakim. You can see the enthusiasm.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is, he's not going to gloat even though he's having a great performance. He's going to just go right back out there, get to work for the next game.
He was in a groove tonight, Ernie, Kenny. He's getting in that playoff mode already. Perfect timing with the postseason approaching. He had it all going on the whole game.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire
Look what happened when the game got sloppy. Introducing the Lone Ranger and Kimo Sabi. The horses were big, the 10-gallon tracks. The hood cowboys with the 10-gallon raps. Racking ACG boots and baseball caps. I agree, this ain't a simulation of the doo-doo. This is the shot said to get used to. Gangstar foundation to treat. We branched off, shine eye, just waited our chance to blast off. Year rounds in possession of Black Poet, Nick Khalil, the NYGs. I'm making diamonds out of pressure. My pipes are intact. Don't believe me, ask your boy in the back to the track. These recordings be important and responsible for drama like Sarah Palin, Joe Biden, McCain, and Obama.
Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, 2 ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. Man, listen, we be on a life.